Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent Law, my co-host Uncle Mark and J Bone, and this is time.
Wait, what the fuck?
What?
Why am I up here? What the fuck is going on?
Here we go.
Smoking sections.
Oh,
on
shit.
The
Never,
there we go.
never interrupt my intro again. I am never interrupt my intro again. Or I'm out. I'm out of this too. Then I'm out of this fucking show then too. Time Machine Tuesday, NWA-TNA number 83. What's going on, gentlemen? It's more like what's happening.
Be nice, Trent. Be nice.
I'm out of here. You interrupt my intro. That's all I got. I'm a pod noob, J Bone. This is all I have. I'm just a pod noob all over again. I don't have
nights, backstage, boys.
Why do you think I fired you from like the main show?
I know. I don't blame. I would have fired me too, J Bone.
If you can't get this right.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I would have fired me too. And actually, yeah, I kind of did. I kind of had a hand in it too. But welcome back, everybody. We are here to do Time Machine Tuesday. It's NWA-TNA number 83 tonight. What's going on, boys? What's new? It's the end of summer is upon us, by the way. That's what sucks,
God.
huh?
Not when it's in the 90s today around here. Jiminy Christmas.
111 here.
Oh my God. Well, I guess it's still summertime.
Summer can fuck the hell off.
I'm all about fall, man. I love me some fall weather, man. Give me fall.
We don't get real fall down here. Like you guys get fall. We just get like extended summer and then like mild fall for a little bit in January.
Midwest fall is the best, though, I gotta say. J-Bone?
I love the smell of stuff dying around me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
For 2 weeks, it's fucking gorgeous. And then it rains and then everything falls off and it sucks. But that 2 weeks of fall in the Midwest is northern Michigan in the fall is unreal.
Like, dude, Michigan's the place to go for the fall, man. No question about it. That's like where you can drive up for a day just to like look at it and enjoy it. It's that pretty, man. So
a never-ending sea of color. I'd never seen any kind of fall like that before.
Very true. Hello, everybody in the chat, live chat tonight on a Tuesday night. We appreciate you guys being here. If you are watching on YouTube, hit the like button right now. Get that out of the way. If you're not subscribed to the show as well, to the page and to the channel as well. Twitch users, don't forget. Hit follow, hit subscribe. If you are an Amazon Prime user, you get a free sub per month. We would be grateful if you use it for us. We appreciate that. YouTube also has the super fan, super sticker. What is it, J-Bone? Super Mark? What the hell is it called?
It's the super wig and the super slipper.
Super wig and super slipper. You're full of shit. What is it? Now tell me the truth. What is it?
Super chat and super sticker.
Super chat, super stick. Oh, you were trying to rhyme. I get it. So do that. You can get your chat highlighted. You can throw dollars at us like we're strippers on a pole. Basically, is what this is. Just cheering little bits and dollars and stuff like that. So do that. So that's all we're here for. We're just cheap. We're just spreading our legs, Mark, for the professional wrestling world is what we're doing here.
That's what I hear. That's what they tell me. I have heard rumor of that.
But wait, so how's everybody doing? What do we got? We got some people in the room tonight. Thank you guys for joining. I'm shaky, guys. I don't do this as often anymore. I don't do the main show anymore, so I don't know what I'm doing anymore. J-Bone, I would just leave you to anchor this whole thing too. Go ahead, J-Bone. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I am back to zero. I'm back to square zero even.
Well, first of all, we've got to reverse you guys' boxes. That's probably why it's because you're supposed to be over there.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah, it'll probably work better. Okay, now try again. All right.
Oh, that?
Yeah, now you anchor. Well, now you anchor. Okay,
is this the anchor seat that I'm in now? Is that what
yes. Yeah, now try it.
Right. Does it feel better?
We'll see how it goes. Let's get moving. Let's get moving, and we'll see how.
Okay, so just go straight to the couch gag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me back in the swing of things. Yeah. I like doing a little. I like gotta say hello to everybody first, but it's okay. I don't do the couch gag. All right, but here we are, guys. We're here to talk NWA-TNA number 83. It took place on February 25th, 2004. Now, I at the time was on my buddy Dave's couch ordering this, forking over my half of that $9.99. To order this on pay-per-view only at the time, an exclusive platform that it was. J-Bone, what's going on in your world, man?
I couldn't tell you what was happening then, but I can tell you what today is.
I didn't ask about today, but go ahead.
I could tell you that my Mrs. J-Bone's son, Aaron, turned 30 today.
Big 3-0, huh?
A big 3-0.
You gotta go take him out and get him hammered and take him to a strip club and all.
Wait, 30?
Yeah, why not?
Damn, my 30 was not nearly that cool.
Yeah,
my wife's kids are just a little older than mine. It's okay.
What? Yeah. So anyway, take him out, Jay. But take the kid out a little bit. What are you sitting home talking about a 20-year-old wrestling show? This kid's turning 30 years old. Come on. What are you taking a Piggly Wiggly and buy him a sody pop?
The missus and I were talking about it. We know what we're gonna get him for his birthday.
Oh, very nice, Jay. Oh, very nice. All right, Mark. This is now Mark. Around this time, Mark is living like ramen noodle, like basic, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's breathing in, he's breathing other people's air, man. Like he is eating dirt, man. Like this guy's not bathing. Like he's struggling. But the thing is, this is why Hot Wife is a fucking G, because she's still here today.
True story. That's a true story.
Like she knew this guy when he was a shit heel, man.
Yeah, she's been down in the shit.
He's like, I got one ramen noodle singular to split between us, and she's like, I'm fucking down, and that's why she's still here today.
Yeah, that's really true. This was actually the first semester that I went back to college. Also, like it took me 12 years to finish college because I was just on my own, doing a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah,
and so now that I think back on 2004 was when I went back to the University of Houston, because I was living here still at the time. So that's another reason it was so tight, is because I had to cut back on hours because I still had the 2 jobs, but now I was in school. And that's what led to eventually us moving out of state. Like right when these shows end, I was telling Trent that today, like I stopped watching these shows when I moved out of Houston at that time, which was in the middle of August. These stopped like right then. So I basically stopped watching TNA after the Asylum. And then I didn't start again until they were on Spike at some point. So I missed the next, wherever we go from here, I don't even know, because it's FS1, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you missed FS1 and you missed that first year. Yeah, that first year of the zone. Yeah. The OG Impact Zone.
Yeah. The big one, right?
That's the big one. That was the big ass one, man.
I've seen some episodes and some matches and stuff. That room looks fucking massive.
Yeah. It was very arched upwards. It had a lot of like stadium type seating and had the huge logo and shit. I love the OG zone. The OG zone was 15, I want to say, all around.
Okay. So good size room.
No, it's a good size room. When they went to the other one, it was 900 seated, 1,000 standing. 1,000 if you pack them in standing too.
Okay, so pay-per-views and whatnot.
Yeah. But the other one was 15, maybe 14. I think I want to say, like I'm like, like nuts to butts 14 on, like pack them in like sardines. But
I always try and do nuts to butts, and not have me throw in the room.
Yeah, nuts to butts. You like that, J-Bone?
Nuts to butts. I laugh at that because the first time I ever heard that was at the start of the Judas Priest Painkiller video back 30 years ago. Yeah, it's the version where they start out in the car and it's hot as hell and the kids are driving, they're stuck in traffic and it's like 90 some degrees and they're just all dying, hanging out the window trying to get down the road, and the DJ comes on and goes, "It's nuts to butts out there," and I'm like,
and then Rob Halford was like,
yeah, where is it now? Where can I go join this party?
Dear God.
But that's a great. I love Priest, but that is a hell of a joke to make. And
then the drum kicks in.
Oh, I love that album. It is so good. That is what's his name's first album with them? The drummer. Oh my God,
Scott Travis.
Scott Travis' first debut with them. It's an amazing record.
Oh, you know what? I gotta say this just before it like leaks out of my brain. Rest in peace, Rolling Stones drummer. Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts, yeah. He died today. 80 years old, man.
Yeah.
Charlie Watts.
You know what the hell? My dad just turned 80. My biological father turned 80 2 weeks ago. He's still fucking kicking. I would swap my dad out for anybody. What the hell, man? I'm sorry that this dude passed away when he couldn't.
But he lived a good life, man. He's a fucking Rolling Stone, you know?
That's true. He probably had the most G life ever.
Yeah, shit.
You shouldn't feel bad about it. He had a good one.
He lived a full life. I saw someone tweet out today, died way too young. I'm like, what?
Come on. What? I mean, look, I don't want anybody to die, but shit, at 80, I mean, give me a break, like, man.
Come on. It's going to be a sad fucking day for all of us when Betty White finally dies, but it's not going to be tragic. It'll be sad, but not tragic.
If you've been in a band playing for 50 years, I'd say you lived a full life.
Yeah, that's wild.
So. I'm just saying.
Wild. To think that you played at that level of success and never OD'd and died in 50 years. It's fucking like, wow, good for that dude.
Yeah.
Good for all those. Keith Richards still alive, right?
He also gets full blood transfusions every 3 months, though. That's his deal.
Keith Richards is actually Keith Richards is permanently pickled, from what I hear.
Keith Richards and Ozzy, man, defying all logic,
dude. And crew, all those guys.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's where we were in 2004. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Collar and Elbow for the hat here. Big thank you to Collar and Elbow for the hat. I got my Sammy Callahan Collar and Elbow hat, which I'm going to wear every broadcast and put them over because they give me free shit. I'm going to do that every time now. But no, thank you to Collar and Elbow. They hooked me up with this hat. So
very nice.
I appreciate that.
Nothing against that hat, but that Warriors hat's pretty dope. I think I like the Warriors hat.
I got it over there somewhere.
The Warriors hat's that's a real one shit. The Warriors hat.
Favorite movie of all time, my man. I will watch a movie anytime.
It's not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I would never argue it. I would never argue it being somebody's favorite. That's for sure.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm so glad they never remade it. They almost did, and it was going to be produced by like MTV, and I was like, "Fuck you, man!" They were going to make it like super over the top, thuggy inner city kind of bullshit. I'm like, that's not what it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be very animated in a sense, you know. But they were going to make it so fucking over the top and shit. I'm like, no. That's not how it's supposed to. So I'm glad it got nixed, but
yeah, me too. I some things don't need to be redone.
Fuck, man. They're remaking the Wonder Years. You guys see that shit?
Immediately though, let me play devil's advocate. I'm okay with that because they're going to do it for a different decade, I would imagine.
If they are, that's cool.
Well, I would imagine you would have to, right? Because
I don't know.
Because if you did it now, what family is going to care about Vietnam in the 1960s? You're going to redo it about the 90s.
You go 20 years, right? It was a 20-year thing, right? Yes, that makes sense. If they do the 90s or late 80s, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool. All right, I'll take that. Yeah.
And that's probably where they'll go. I wouldn't think they'd go back and do the remake.
I mean, even if it's like if you go in the 70s and 80s, I can live with that. But shit, definitely don't redo the 60s, man. But yeah, it's weird. But let's jump in, boys. Let's get into this. NWA-TNA number 83. We are marching on to 111, which is the end. But this was a really good episode. I really fucking like this a lot, man. It was so well formatted. Right? Like, to me, a good wrestling show is a perfect format of peaks and valleys for the 2 hours you're watching. Right? I love that. What's wrong, J-Bone? You having a coronary over there? What's going on with you?
I'm sorry. I'm still laughing at the end of it. Mm-hmm. Like I love Luger. I'm probably like one of 3 people out there.
I love Luger.
I'm the only person on this panel that doesn't like Luger.
So Trent and I are 2 out of the 3 people in the continental USA that will actually admit to liking Lex Luger, and or loving him. And he's I know I'm skipping 4, but I'm still laughing about this, so I got to get this out of my head. It's like that song that you get stuck in your head. I just keep seeing Luger's goofy ass grin as he's posing at the end of the episode. It's like, did somebody actually let him walk out looking like that? Did somebody not tell him to like comb his hair? He
definitely looked like.
I think it's just because it's so fried out from all the like dyeing and bleaching and shit like that. I think it just. I mean, nothing against Luger. He looks like a guy who's had it rough in the last however many years.
At the time, he was still, this is right after the whole Elizabeth thing. He was addicted to pills and shit. This was a rough period for the guy.
Oh, he was very, very.
I just chalk it up to that. It's like,
this was a weird time for old Lexi, sexy Lexi.
Shane looked pretty zooted on this episode too. I thought I thought
Shane looked all right. I thought he's been okay recently, but
I I don't know, man. He looked a little shaky to me on this episode.
Did you say zooted? Is that what the word you used? Zooted? Did you make that up, or is that a word?
It's an old term for when people still said like hopped up on uppers and shit like that.
That's an 80s term for lit.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Old school drug.
You guys are a little older than me. I gotta check things out.
If you watch New Jack City, you'll hear Wesley Snipes use that term, zooted.
It's a true story.
Before or after he cheated on his taxes and went to jail.
Well before.
That was way before Blade.
Before he zooted his fucking taxes.
Yeah. Poor Wesley.
Let's jump.
Pay taxes, bro.
Pay your taxes, Wesley.
You know what? That taught me a lesson. Actually, Wesley Snipes is the guy I think of when I think like when it comes tax season. I'm like, I should just fucking not even waste my time doing this. This is bullshit. Like, I don't want to end up like Wesley Snipes.
That's right. Don't want to end up like Wesley
because he's like the first dude I can remember, like where I was old enough to give a shit about taxes and finances and stuff, like to get busted for that. Or like
he truly got busted,
yeah, or like scapegoated for it, right? Because how many people are fucking cheating taxes for whatever reason? Wesley Snipes was the dude they were going to make an example of, and I remember that shit too, man.
But it was like post Blade, wasn't it? That was the problem. Like he made a shit ton of money. It's like you just made a fuck ton of money, and it's like I'm only claiming like $1,000 on my taxes. Like, motherfucker, you're in the number one movie of the year.
I've been working at Olive Garden.
Yeah, man, times have been rough.
I always love me some
royalty stopped like 6 months ago. Shit.
I do love me some Wesley Snipes. He was the man. I love those Blade
always
movies.
Bet on Black, my man. Always bet on Black.
Passenger 57. Dude's catalog is I celebrate the entire thing.
You know what? Which was his last movie I like? And in the chat, if you guys are Wesley Snipes fans, put it in here. But the one I love the most is Rising Sun.
Rising Sun's not bad.
I like Rising Sun a lot. That was a good one. All right, let's jump in, boys. Let's get on this. All right, so it's the new chapter. They promote it as the new chapter beginning, and it's you get the new music. So they got rid of the Macho Man theme song, and they put in it's what is the original version of what becomes the long-standing music for the next like couple of years. It's like an OG stripped down version of that. It becomes like the fucking. It's the Spike TV music. It's the OG version of it, though.
Yeah, it is. Isn't
it?
Well,
I like it a lot.
They play the Savage stuff later on in the episode. It's like in a segment between segments.
It's in the TNA and West thing. They're in the background of that.
That's it. Yeah. So
Good
it's not
catch,
completely gone, but it's
But
I like the new intro, but the Savage intro is fantastic.
I think it's a great, very overlooked at the fact that Randy Savage did an intro song for Impact Wrestling. That's very overlooked fact. I wonder if Garrett Kidney, who's Impact's social media guy, who's also doing a throwback podcast now, because everybody's into TNA right now. Garrett, I can say he works for the company. He's always been a TNA guy.
I'm always into TNA.
Yes, that's right. Hot wife and all. But but everybody's like popping up with these, right? I think we're the furthest along though. Of like all the throwback pods, like we've been doing this the longest.
Yeah,
everybody else is very early on still, but
someone else is up into the 50s. Yeah,
the 50s or earlier. Yeah,
the next one down. I think the Cross the Line podcast. I mean, I'll put them. I will mention them. I don't like mentioning competitor shows, but I'll mention them because I do appreciate that they always do screen grabs of the episodes that they're doing. They're always putting out screen caps.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that because I'm all about a good screen cap and at least tagging talent. So like they're definitely doing it. They're doing it well. I haven't listened to their show, but they're still way behind us. But yeah, I mean, whatever. All about promoting the Asylum stuff. That's cool. All right. And that's weird for me to put over a competitor, but they do it right. And I'm going to give them that much. That's why I'm going to say that.
That's the last time you'll do that.
That's the last time I'll do that. And I basically
no more of that shit.
I was basically just using that as a pivot to say we are way fucking better because we're at 83 and they're all struggling in the 50s. So fuck y'all. So y'all can get fucked. All right, let's go on here.
It almost put him over. It was so close.
Tied him up with a nice bow. So go fuck yourselves. All right, we've been doing this way longer than anybody else. TNA back in commentary. JB back in ring introductions on this one. Opening match. This is historic, guys. Opening match is a very historic moment.
Yes.
Juventud Guerrera versus Jerry Lynn versus the debut of Petey fucking Williams, man.
Awesome.
Free Petey Pump.
This is Petey's first match.
That was crazy. I popped. I guess I just didn't even think about Petey showing up. What a shock that was. In a good way.
Dude, and he, it's a young Petey Williams. This is 17 years ago, right?
He doesn't even fucking look the same.
No,
he looks like a totally different dude.
I mean, he looks like Petey Williams in 2004.
Well,
like he looks
like compared to now, it just
23-year-old Petey Williams. Yeah, but
he's 2 years in at this point. They said,
yeah,
crazy.
They mentioned that Teddy Hart suffered an injury and D'Amore made an audible to put Petey in, and he's going to represent what is going to be Team Canada coming up for the America's X Cup. Team Canada versus Team Mexico. So Mexico is going to defend their one title against Canada, who's going to challenge her for the America's X Cup. So this is very cool. Like, this is excuse me, a very historic moment. Petey Williams is like still there today, and he's a complete fucking G. Like, he is
never ever gone up north, right?
Never went up north. Took a hiatus for a little bit for a couple years.
Right. Never left.
Never left. He's always been in the Impact family. So that's one guy who never went up north, man. He never even teased it, I don't think.
Because even when he did go on hiatus, he was still like training at BCW and shit like that, right? Like, he wasn't working anywhere else. He was just.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe
that's 100% like original TNA Impact talent.
He is, man. But good for him, man.
I thought he was retired.
I think he was still working out at the gym, because I mean, when he came back, he was still shredded to shit, man. When he he was gone for like a couple years.
Show, he did the Windsor shows out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that fucking jacked,
8-pack abs and fucking delts out to fucking. I mean, I was like, what the hell, So, he looked great. I think he was still training, just keeping up with his body and stuff like that. But but so Teddy Hart's injured at this point.
Is that a shoot?
I think it was a Teddy Hart injury where it's like, I'm not feeling good.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's one of those deals. But but he subbed in Petey. I think Petey did great. Did Hoovy forget his gear? Did you guys catch this? He was wrestling in track pants. Yes. Now I'll tell you what. When he wrestled for AAW one time, he did forget his gear, and he had to wrestle in long spandex underwear one time. I shit you not. So
nobody could loan him some fucking gear.
Well, I mean, specific sizes. I don't know, man. But
like a ring jacket or something to cover it here. Hoovy.
No, he wore. I mean, they look like spandex, but they were like, they definitely said like A6 on their shit. He had his mask though.
Jeez.
Well, it was funny because he packed a fuck ton of masks in his luggage. And so he like filled it up with masks to sell. And he's like, oh shit, it's not juicy, man. It's so not juicy. I forgot
Did he really say it's not juicy?
No, I don't know. But he legit, he does use juicy all the time though. I'm honest to God. Like, he definitely he uses juicy as an adjective for everything though.
Oh my God. I know you didn't watch, but when he wrestled Jericho on Dynamite a few weeks ago,
was it juicy?
His gear, like right here on the chest piece where it clasps and closes, the whole thing was this glittery gold, juicy, really big.
I love it.
Awesome. It was funny. He had juicy on the knee pads, the kick pads, juicy right there. It was everywhere. Juicy on the trunks.
He's very cool though. Like, I swear, if you can ever meet him at a show, that guy is fucking cool though. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, he's the most infectiously cool people.
He's juicy.
He's juicy. But so, yes, absolutely, he is juicy. But I think he looked great. But Petey gets a win over Juice on this one. And it's his debut. Wins his debut match. Team Canada comes out to congratulate Teddy Hart's there. Now, this Sabanite in the house here. Our man on his team. Teddy worked his. Oh, yeah, because Sabanite mentioned they filmed all the singles matches prior in the darks. Worked his X Cup singles before the pay-per-view. I don't recall anything significant happening. I would have hurt his leg. I think that was Teddy checking out. Exactly. I think it's a Teddy Hart, like, I'm tired. They're only paying me for one match tonight. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And this was the night, right? Same night.
Contender.
Same night. This was the night where they got into the brawl, right? Because this is Punk's last night. And I think this is what happens. They fight at the cafe later. So
the cafe, the Waffle House.
It's a Waffle House, I remember. So yeah, it's a Waffle House. That's a cafe.
Cafe Waffle.
The Waffle Cafe. We get TNA kicks it to a media package, but it's just PWI. It's like a Bill Apter deal. And what was pretty cool though, guys, J-Mo, you'd appreciate it. They had these plaques made by Reggie Parks, who's the guy who's made all the classic belts in history.
Nice.
And all the PWI plaques for it was AMW getting the tag team of the year. And then they got the Innovative Promotion Award, which I thought was really cool. You know, at the time.
Who else is it going to go to? I mean, it is cool.
Ring of Honor.
Cool. Okay, Ring of Honor was
well, yeah, there was a few. I mean, doing very similar, if not the same thing at that time. MLW was doing that. Ring of Honor, TNA. Yeah. They were all about the same level. Yeah. You know,
this was a dry period.
It was a bit of a dry period because you had everybody was still all the number twos were all this very low number two. Like they were still very early, but TNA had come pretty far in terms of like who they'd already had come through the doors, but and how they presented the shows. Yeah, it was very episodic, man. It was episodic TV, which I think was cool.
And Bill Apter is still doing news updates on his YouTube channel today.
I like Bill Apter.
He's a classy guy. I'll say that. I mean, you're going to talk about somebody who's been in the wrestling industry a little more behind the scenes, but has like a million connections, but has always stayed classy. I mean, I've never heard a bad thing about Bill Apter. I've seen a lot of guys that actually inspired me to start podcasting, you know, like 8 years ago. And a lot of them were associated and or were working with Bill Apter. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, Bill Apter he's an inspiration for a lot of people as far as you know, doing stuff like this or just working in the industry. It's someone to, you know, say I want to be like that guy. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good-hearted kind of guy. Look, he approaches this business in the best way you can ask for. That's why I like Bill Apter. But yeah, little thing from Saban out here. It's the White Trash Cafe. This was going to be my second guess. I thought it was the White Trash. I kept leaning towards Waffle House, but I thought it was this as well. And it was Saban Knight said it was at the White Trash Cafe where they got into the fight, and he ate a sandwich from there once, and the next day he thought he was going to die. Everybody stay away from the White Trash Cafe.
Trash Cafe. Why would you?
It's Nashville, man.
That's a what?
It's Nashville.
Story.
I thought you said it was national. Like that was like a national chain or something. I'm like,
no, it is Nashville. But
it should be a national chain. That is hilarious.
Yeah. The White Trash Cafe. All right, the next segment. Now, Mark and I texted back and forth about this, and I did text you back when I got to it. You never replied to me, bastard. So we're gonna talk about it now. So Mike Tenay's in the ring, and he calls out. He talks about the Russo assignment of being the director of authority at this point. He says he was skeptical, and he still is. Again, I love this tie-in right here because it's not this like bullshit writing where he's like, I'm just gonna accept the fact that Vince Russo, the guy who tried to fuck me over several times, is my new boss. He's like, I'm a little skeptical still, but I'm gonna go with this. Like he's the genius of Tenay. Again, a lifelong wrestling historian like Tenay knew how to sell this perfectly. Russo comes in, he's like extremely humbled and like quiet, talks about the past, being introspective. The crowd's really like, what the fuck? But they do pop when he's like, I'm the guy who booked nudity, violence, vulgarity. And everybody's like, yeah, nudity. And he's like, you can cheer all you want. I don't feel good about it. They're like, yeah, tits. You know, and they're like, just
the crowd is screaming their heads off.
They are.
So too, man. You're losing ratings right now. That was my favorite line from the crowd.
They're calling bullshit on him at this point. We still hate you. Like, you know, I mean, but they cheer at the other stuff, right? Now they do turn a little bit. Jared comes out and he calls Russo's bullshit. He's like, you're full of it. You're not real. You're just lying. You're bullshitting. And Russo says, you need to pass the torch. It's time for you to step aside. And they cheer at that. They really react to that now. So that's a little telling that this crowd was like, yeah, man, like you step away for a little bit.
It's time.
And Jared's like, I did earn it. But the part that was interesting was how he was bullying Russo. He's like slapping him, shoving him down. Russo's get him. It was classic schoolyard shit.
Yeah.
And he's shoving him. He's antagonizing him the whole time. Russo's holding off. And then when he slapped him, like that last slap, like it was a legit slap. Because if you see Russo's face, like, what the fuck? Knocks him down.
Yeah.
And I loved it because he doesn't strike him back, and he gets up. He's like, "What are you gonna show him? You're gonna show him what are you gonna show those people in the back about how you're taking it or whatever?" And he's like, "I just showed him everything I need to show him." And I thought that was great. Yeah. Like the way he's like, he goes, "I just showed him what I need to show him." And it was on, and he just fucking walks off. And I'm like, that was perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect the way that worked out. What do you think, Jay? Oh, sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
It was the cherry on top of a shit sandwich, though. This whole segment was like,
it was long.
Oh man, it was just too long, too drawn out. The crowd they were into it, but they hated it. It was just a lot of boos. And then like Jarrett came out. You could tell that Russo was kind of dying out there. Like they always boo Russo, but this was different. Like this was like go away heat. I don't think they were talking
about being retrospective and religious.
And he was a good guy. Yeah. And he's been trying to be a good guy now. And obviously no one ever buys Russo as anything but like the biggest fucking heel. So then Jarrett comes out in the crowd. They're not loving Jarrett, as you said, when he mentions the title and moving it. They're like, yeah, fuck you, Jarrett.
Yeah.
So Jarrett's not doing this segment any favors. And then he uses his insults or New Yorker and Yankee. Look, New Yorker, what you gonna do? I was like, oh my God, this is fucking horrible.
It's really cliche, like the South.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
Yankee,
come on.
You Yankee son of a bitch.
Right. You could do better than you, New Yorker. I was like, geez, so my butthole was puckering. I was cringing so hard.
J-Bo, was your butthole puckering too? What did you feel about this one?
I was
puckering asshole.
It actually made me feel uncomfortable with how physical Jarrett got with Russo, because he was nose to nose with him. He clocked him a few times to the point where he hit the ground. And Russo, and look, I know what you're saying by you felt like this segment dragged a little bit, but we're so used to hating Russo to the point where when he was sent on his way, and they even showed in that promo leading into this, when Jarrett gave him those like 50 chair shots and then they stretchered him out. That's what we were left with. Russo comes in now, so he's really got to try to sell this. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm trying to do things the right way. It's like you can boo me, you can hate me for whatever all you want, for all those things I did with sex and all that stuff. He's like, but that's not me anymore. I'm trying to lead us into the future and all this. What's that?
It's sex.
Sex, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I hear he did lots of sex stuff.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
But yeah, so he's trying to get through to the fans what he's really doing. He's trying to sell it, and then of course Jarrett's like, "No, fuck you, man." Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
A couple of good points in the chat though. Sabanite mentioning how it feels like it was like the 5th time Russo was in charge, which is true. Like there was a lot of Russo authority figure stuff. Yeah. And then Truck's mentioning it was about running away from his history, and Jeff was like basically calling him a hypocrite for that. So which one's the heel? So yeah, it's true. You're confusing a crowd a lot here. So that's why Russo, I'm thinking that's why he really was laying it on thick. And that's why Jarrett's really laying on, like bullying him and slapping him around. So it's like,
right,
you're trying to turn the tide very quickly in one swoop. Right,
you're putting over the new baby face Russo. Yeah.
He's shaved, haircut. He looks clean. He looks like a different guy. He's talking all soft. He's not yelling. They're trying to hit a home run at the first at bat with this and turn the tide.
Yeah, and your hair dyed. He looks like 1996 Russo, for crying out loud.
Yeah, last time we saw him, he was more disheveled than ever. He had grown it out, scratched his beard. It's like totally different look.
And next segment, guys, is Scott Hudson with Rude Boy and Tough Tony of the ICP of the Psychopathic Records crew. And they said the Clowns are out recording at the Lotus Pod right now, and they're finishing up work on Dark Lotus, which I will say is a really good fucking album. The Dark Lotus album is amazing. If you are
largely considered one of the better ones, right?
Yeah, it is.
The Juggalo fandom. Yeah.
It's like a super group record of like all their guys, and it's actually a really good fucking hip hop record.
That's That's not that Magnets one, is it?
No, that was many years later there, J-Bone. Many years later. Yeah,
like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Long time later.
No, you know what? I was waiting for you to bring this up because there actually is a piece of news I was going to bring up about ICP.
Good. Oh, yeah, with Violent J, right? He's is that what you're going to bring up?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the headline here, this is courtesy of WrestleZone if you guys want to look up the article. Veterans of the ring and stage Insane Clown Posse announced they'll embark on a farewell tour. So, yeah, this was recently, according to Violent J, he was recently diagnosed with, I'll just abbreviate it here, what's typically called AFib. It's an abnormal heart rhythm condition. And so he's winding down the physical activities of touring. They're planning on doing a farewell tour. And yeah.
49 is way too young to have heart failure.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I can't even imagine what he's done to himself over the last 20-ish years.
They've had a long for more
20
than
plus
that
years.
Yeah.
Oh, 30, man. They've been around since their first album.
The 90s,
First album was 91. So they've been around a long time.
Holy crap.
30 years. They've been doing this a long time.
It's a hell of a career.
All independent. I'll give them that. No label bullshit. They did it all themselves. I'll give them that, man. So hopefully he can kick out of this.
And they found time to wrestle.
Yeah, and all this. They did a lot. They've done a lot in their career.
That couldn't have done their body any favors on top of his condition.
Yeah.
But certain addictions and things will catch up to you, man. They'll eventually hit you. So hopefully with some proper care, we can, the guy he can kick out of this. He can get okay. So we'll see what happens. Maybe
we'll see him wrestle again.
We never know. You never know. We get a Simon and Swinger recap video, and then we go to the match. It's they went quick. They went to this very fast. Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger, the one-on-one. They point out that there's no cage dancers tonight because of the new cleaned up Wrestling First initiative by Vince Russo. So they got rid of the cage dancers now.
But Lollipop does make an appearance later.
She does.
Oh, at ringside, right?
No, back in the backstage segment, she's in that.
With Johnny Fairplay, yeah.
I must have missed that.
But it's a good match. I called it a nice angry match. It was a good, my tag team partner turned on me match. And I liked it. They went at each other pretty good. Swinger pulls out it's not like a brass knucks, but it's kind of like
it's a loaded
fist to cuff type deal, and takes out his pants, nails Simon, pins him. Posey sucks, by the way. Mike Posey, the referee, can blow it out of his fucking ass. Like this guy, the way he had to, he pretends oh, I didn't see any. He literally was doing this. We're like, come on, Swinger. oh, what's going on? What's going on the floor right here for no reason? Oh, I think Swinger's he's fucking hitting him with shit. It's like, why were you looking at the floor? I don't get why were you stumbling? Nobody hit you. He's always like, huh? What? Oh, a count? Oh shit! I didn't know he got knocked out. Fucking terrible! I can't believe this fucking guy's on TV today. It's unreal to me.
He's still on TV too.
Which one's Jay?
Which one's Jay? He's literally a witch. Come on, man. Yeah. Fuck, man. But anyway, Swinger makes the pin. Rudy comes out, restarts the match. He's all like, no, he hit him. And Posey's like, what do you mean you hit him? I didn't see anything. Which way did he go? He's all fucking out there.
Jay?
Which one's Jay, basically?
Which one's Jay?
They restarted. Well, okay, I had to point this part out. On the pin, Swinger hides the loaded cuff in Simon's knee pad, which I thought was fucking
awesome.
Great stuff.
You guys swing?
I'm like, that was incredible. And he hides it there. Anyway, they restart it. And then everybody comes out. The Disco, Cash, David Young all interfere. Too Tough Tony comes in. Rude Boy comes in. The black shirts come in and save the day. So I don't even know where this went. It just kind of.
I was going to say I hated the end of this segment. The brawl devolved too quickly and they forgot to run an angle in it.
Nothing came of it. You had Swinger won and Simon got the restart and then it's just a schmoz. So I'm like, well, are we going anywhere with it? Where did you go with this? There's no angle coming out of this at all.
Nope.
I don't know what happened.
Really quickly too. I know I already told you this because we were texting while we were watching this. Simon Diamond's work. This man, I liked him in ECW, but I did not appreciate Simon Diamond until watching it through again now.
I like him a lot.
He is so good. The man is fantastic in the ring. He's a killer promo. He's just a really solid worker. I'm going to shout out. I know his time is probably coming to a close pretty soon.
Well, he becomes an agent
on screen, right? But as a talent, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to shout out how good I think Simon Diamond is. This man was fantastic, and I feel like I should go back and check the rest of his catalog more because I missed something the first time. Simon
is on Twitter for anybody who's interested. He's under the username I'm Ed Heavy. I'm Ed Heavy.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, Simon, but he's put over our show, so I appreciate that. So thank you, Simon. He has put us over. He's retweeted us out, so he was grateful. We were talking about the old days, so thank you to that. But I am Ed Heavy is his Twitter handle. Give him a follow. I mean, what the hell? Let him know he's still loved.
Thanks, guys. I've tried to tag him on our post before and been unable to
look
find
for
him.
I'm Head Heavy. That's how you find him. But and it's easy. I remember it, so it's so ridiculous, but I remember it. He is good. He stays around as a agent for many years. He's actually. Do we have Hang on a second. I'm going to play something here, J-Bone. I'm going to play this.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
Come on, we gotta go. That's Simon actually saying that in the background.
Is it really?
Yeah,
it's Simon doing his best Johnny Bravo.
Come on, we gotta go. Jay, you a big Simon Diamond guy? You a fan of Simon? I mean, you're watching this for the first time. Are you liking Simon? Anybody in the chat too? Are you guys digging Simon Diamond? Did you watch him in ECW? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I know later, like within the next year or two, they team up again. I don't know under what circumstances, but all I remember is putting Swinger and Simon Diamond in my video game because they were tagging together. Because I was making all the TNA guys from 2005, nice. 2006.
They were a good team. I thought they were a good tag team. I think they made a good team.
I just don't know what did I miss about. I mean, I thought he was fine. I liked Simon and Swinger in ECW, but I'm really seeing so much more in him. Is it just me, or like he stands out to me on this show now where we're at every week as a top talent? That's what I think I didn't notice before.
Yeah, dude, he's good, man. He's good. I just think he was one of those more on the weekend warrior. I don't want to say full weekend warrior, but I don't think he pursued as much. I think he maybe had a good day job going on and stuck with that more. You know, I don't know. I know he was married to Dawn Marie for a while, and then I don't know if they had kids or maybe got into the family thing. Couldn't tell you. But he stuck around as an agent, which was a nice, during their heyday was a full-time deal. They were on the road and shit like that. So I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know. I think he's in real estate now. I remember seeing that.
I want to say you have mentioned that before.
Yeah. And he appears on all like the Keeping It 100 and stuff like that. I mean, he's always around like that crew, the Disco, Konnan, Truth Killings, like this TNA crew, like the 3 Live crew guys and BG, they always appear on Keeping It 100, and Simon's called into that several times. So thank you guys for the subs. We appreciate all the subs going on here. So and also, hey, not that I forgot, it's 6 minutes till Mir's birthday. Let's not forget that. So hey, let's be on the lookout for that.
I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Birthdays are canceled.
The stripper canceled. I'm sorry, Mir. So I'll book this. So all you get is I'm just kidding.
Oh God. I gotta play this again.
Book this.
All you get is some naked old man titties.
This is Jesus. Oh man. Oh God.
Love you, Mir.
You're starting the guy's birthday off like this. Just a terrible car crash situation. Damn, the guy. I mean, give the guy a minute here, man. Shit. All right. Back to Scott Hudson with the new franchise. Shane Douglas, Michael Shane, Tracy Books talking 3 Live Crew feud. And it changes. Shane doing the thing, but I don't know where like Jeff Jarrett comes up. He's like, "Did you see what Russo did? you hear shit about Russo? And he's like, yeah, I did. You know, we've been in this business a long time, you know, and all that stuff. He's like, come on, Jeff, you know what it's all about. Blah, 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 blah. Kind of form a little bit of a weird alliance, trust alliance in a way. I don't know. And then out of nowhere, the Naturals happen to be right there. He's like, all right, hey, Naturals, since you've been waiting here patiently for your cue, Naturals, you better go out and take out Chris Harris tonight. They're like, you got it, boss. And he's like, and Kevin Northcutt, you happen to be right here too. Kevin Northcutt, go get my telephone. He's like, you got it, boss. It's like everybody was just waiting, watching this promo go on. It was just a one after another type. I don't know, it was weird. It was fun. It's fine. Then we go to that match. So the formula is in place, right? It's hype video, promo, match. That's how they usually are doing it. Well, at least with the matches, like kind of the normal matches. Then it's Konnan Truth representing 3 Live Crew against Shane Douglas and Michael Shane. You know, I gotta say, I really like this match a lot. I thought this was a very, especially for Shane, who's been struggling in my eyes a little bit. When he has a good anchor, not let alone 3 out there. You had Konnan, Truth, and Shane Douglas to like lead him through. Dude, I think he did fine. I think Michael Shane was on his game on this one. BG on commentary, Tracy on the outside. So before we get into like the finish, though, am I wrong? I don't know if you guys saw anything different. I thought the match was actually one of his better ones in recent time.
I'll agree to that, and I'm gonna add you one by saying I was happy to see Konnan in the ring for this one. I mean, he didn't do anything outstanding. It's just we've usually seen BG and Truth for these, while Conan's doing commentary talking about something nasty with, you know, TNA and West. And you know, he's just out there doing his thing. So it was good to see. I'm a fan of Konnan, so.
Yeah, it was cool to see him going at it too. You can tell he's starting to slow down here a little bit though around this time. This is where he's kind of getting like he's starting to zone it out slightly.
Oh yeah. He can only do so much. So he was doing his usual stuff, his roll throughs and whatever. Yeah. So it was okay. It wasn't, like I said, it was nothing earth shattering, but it was just good to see. Yeah,
no, for sure. Mark, anything on this? Anything match wise before the finish?
No, I actually thought Shane was not great.
Really? I thought this was one of his better ones because the finish I thought was fantastic.
He missed a pull down on the rope where Truth had to improvise, and it looked real shitty.
I didn't catch that.
Clearly on Shane. And then there was another mistake in the corner. I don't remember what it was, but man, I'm not going to be able to come around to Michael Shane. He's just a pile of ass, a big bag of dicks. I don't like Michael Shane.
Did you say pile of ass?
And a big bag of dicks.
Yes. He's definitely a big bag of dicks. I'm not a Michael Shane.
I've not been liking him, but I was swayed by the finish because Tracy interferes, and then Shane just hits this awesome super kick out of nowhere, though.
Yeah.
Which I thought the super kick was awesome. Like she interfered in such a way that I think it was a Konnan turns right into it. He just fucking nails him, and he pins Konnan. And Konnan
Konnan's the man.
I know, but dude, I thought the finishing sequence was real tight.
It was a good sequence.
Yeah. And then Konnan and Truth are kind of in each other's face. BG kind of cools it off a little bit, but they're a little tense. I hope they're not teasing that breakup already, though.
I would say this about the new franchise. Something I don't like is the formula of how they win. It's the same every time with Tracy into Michael Shane for that's the distraction. It's the same type of distraction every time. I hope they start to change that up. I don't know.
They're relying on it a lot. Yeah,
they gotta get their money out of that cast.
They do. That's the thing, man. That fucking cat. Like she busted her shit in her first third match in the company. They're like, shit. Well,
that's right. That was that outside spot, right, where they landed on her.
For Truth.
No, on Elix. Was it on Elix?
It was the yeah.
She no reason took just Elix's back, and she just went straight down, like all the pressure on her wrist. I'm like, what are you doing? Like the spot made no sense at all, and she broke her fucking wrist.
It's crazy.
So weird.
I popped for BG kept calling them the new French fries.
The new French fries. Such juvenile fucking humor. Hey, what do you? Hey, new French fries. Why don't you guys catch up on this match?
Yeah, I'm not digging 3 Live Crew, man. They haven't aged well at all. Konnan, though, it was nice to see Konnan in there.
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, it is real slapsticky juvenile, schoolyard shit in retrospect.
Well, that's
all right. Wait a
minute.
minute. Sorry to interrupt. J-Bone is on the hour. Happy birthday to Mir Neeson, one of our most loyal listeners of all time since day one. So thank you, Mir Neeson. Have a wonderful day today. How long is it? 50th today? Is that his 50th birthday today?
50.
I think he's 50. I think he said 50. Man, it might be wrong. Mir, how old are you today? Let us know. That is a big one. He's celebrating with us. Happy birthday, Mir. I'll give you the cowbell, the ding, and any sound bite you want on your 50th. You will play that for you right now. Let us know.
Do we need a birthday gimmick sound effect?
We do. We should get a birthday gimmick, though. We need a birthday gimmick sound effect.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. I'm not wishing a happy birthday to Vince McMahon on this show, though.
Fuck that guy.
It's not happening. Everybody wish Mir a happy birthday in the chat, though, please.
Happy
and
birthday,
on Twitter, Mir, put your Twitter handle in here too. Let people wish him. Yeah, come on. Give the guy some love on his birthday. And then we are okay. Then we get where do we go? I scrolled. All right.
Scott Hudson with AMW.
Scott Hudson with AMW. All right. Confirmation. James Storm is out 6 weeks at this point. Shoulder surgery. So Chris Harris gets Chase Stevens at this point, and he's pretty upset that he did not get a rematch after last week's shenanigans. Now, this is the interesting thing, though. This is Storm's injury, I believe, was legit. So they had to pivot here with Harris. And I think that from what I remember Harris telling us too, J-Bone, it was like they pivoted and they almost didn't realize what they had on their hands with this. And it's like, oh shit, like this kid can fucking go. Holy shit, let's start pushing him to the moon. And this was an amazing breakout. Like what's about to happen right now?
So this is that storyline he was talking about.
Yes, this is the one. This is where it started. Well, it started last week, but this is the storyline he told us about on the show.
Okay, because I kept thinking it was something else that happened like later on in TV. Because I never saw this, so now I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it.
The match they talk about on March 17th, that's the match he was supposed to win the title, and they, I think, day of changed it. It's like it's fucking tragedy, dude.
What was the reason that the change was made? I don't remember.
I think it was a Jared thing.
Giggles.
Yeah, kid wasn't ready or something, and who's gonna buy it? I'm like, dude, come on! Like after this fucking display, you gonna tell me the kid wasn't ready?
No, this was fantastic shit.
This is on. Right, so let's break it down. So the first match is Chris Harris versus Chase Stevens, who's still in the family. So, and who looks a fucking great now too, like fucking great. And it's like Saban's saying it right here. Probably his favorite TNA story ever told. That's awesome because it is. It's an amazingly like pivoted right. Like it's out of nowhere. He just turned like this kid just turned into a fucking main player, right?
Dude, he was so ready though. We've
so ready, man.
Over the last, I would say, I don't know, 2.5 months, Harris has really set himself apart. It's funny too because I don't have a clear memory of Chris Harris being the guy. I don't remember this that clearly. Like while I was watching at the time, it doesn't stand out to me. So I'm really looking forward to this next. How long is this run? Not very long, right?
Yeah, this is like another month and a half.
Months.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing this because in my mind, like everybody, James Storm is the name. But Chris Harris was clearly better at this point.
Funny enough.
Every regard.
Funny enough, Harris ends that last promo with "Sorry about your damn luck," which I thought was interesting. But then see here, Saban brings up a really good point. They end up hotshotting the title after this anyway. So it's ridiculous that they didn't go with Harris. It didn't make sense. And they're like, oh, nobody knows him yet. But it's like you could have made this guy right then and there. And again, maybe he never would have left and had the debacle at WWE. He could have been what Storm is today. Could have been maybe both of them for the company. He could have still been going on. And it's again, you know what? Nice to tie a bow on it. I'm so happy he came back this year to make an appearance. That was beautiful.
That was so cool.
One more match, and I'll come back to TNI Thursday if Chris Harris is in a match with Storm.
There's no reason not to do that at some point.
Why not? They're already doing it on the Indies,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and it could be just timing, making sure he's ready or just everything else going on.
I love him. I love AMW, man. But he looks so goddamn good. So what they ended up doing was so what happens? I'm trying to break it all down here. So okay, start at the beginning. I say he beats Stevens. Pretty clean match, real good, solid back and forth. Two young guys proving it. Russo immediately orders a match against Andy Douglas of the Naturals right away, right there. And everybody's like, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" And Harris like, "What are you kidding me?" But the crowd is super into Harris. Like they're peaking right now. They're like, "Oh shit," you know?
Yeah.
And Russo's out there watching. That's Andy Douglas and Chris Harris. Harris beats Douglas, you know, clean. Another just quick match, but you know, all snappy, like real in the pocket. Russo immediately orders a handicap match against both Naturals. And he's like, "What the? Are you fucking kidding me?" So like they go at it. Now, at this point, I'm a little skeptical. Like, does this cut the balls off the Naturals? Because they've already lost this guy, and they're about to lose to him again. But
they're so green at this point, though.
Yeah, true. But they're trying to make him. You know, that was my thing. I was like a little weird. I was nervous for them at this point. But
it was even if they did fucking bury him on accident, it was worth it for this. This was such a great moment. Like this whole sequence for Harris was fantastic. Enough to put him over for a title run. Like shit.
This is interesting. Mrs. Truck was on the couch with Mr. Truck for these, and she's put her book down to watch all three of these. This is what's funny about this. I'll tell you a funny memory I have about this. Mrs. Dave, who I was watching, who was not Mrs. Dave at the point, she was girlfriend Dave at the time we were watching this together, did the same shit. She loved Chris Harris after this, and she would just hang out with us while we watched these and like nap or read a book as well. Like she didn't really give, but I remember her being like, when he doesn't win the title, her being like, "How the fuck did that happen?" Like she was so compelled. He was also didn't hurt that he was like handsome as shit, and she was like, "Ooh, look at all those abs," you know. Like, but I love looking at Chris Harris, but it was so compelling. And if you're watching this raw, like at that moment, you're like, "Fuck, man, this is awesome."
It's a star-making moment right here,
dude. And he beats. It's a handicap match. He's pissed. Russo's like, trust me. Trust me. Just trust me on this. And then the Storm super kick here was badass. Storm coming in with that whole thing and landed on his fucking shoulder. I mean, dude came in, snapped that fucking finish, and then Harris gets the win. That was so awesome. I thought it was perfect. J-Bone, thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was like almost an edge of your seat feeling going through these three matches, like, oh man, how much more can this guy go through? And then Vince comes out and Storm runs out, you know, at the start of the third match. Like, what the hell's going on? Vince Russo, calm and cool as a cucumber. Just wait. Like, trust me, you know, just watch the match. Like he knew Chris could do it, but the segment later where Russo and Chris Harris are talking is even better.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna get that in a second. So Harris wins. Star-making performance. Like Mark said, this is it. This is like elevated. Just like he's here at this point. Again, it's so crazy to me to think that James Storm is the one who took this spot, really, if you think about it.
You saw this window of this 3.5-month run, 3-month run from Chris Harris, you would never, ever expect that Storm was going to be the guy that became a legendary name.
Keep in mind, Saban and I can attest to this. That Impact Zone did not like Storm in the beginning. They booed him for the cap guns. They thought he was hokey.
Oh,
in the early days.
Early shit. Okay.
That guy got booed, and they're like, hokey cowboy, snap, cap guns and shit, chaps. And they're like, fuck this guy. But Harris was the star. He looked like a star, but and the girls liked him. That's a huge plus. But it's crazy he didn't. But again, neither here nor there. I'm glad he's doing well, and he's a friend of the show, and he did make an appearance in Impact 2021. I'm all about that. We go to a Raven and Jim Mitchell recap video. Just a little quick thing about that, and back to Scott Hudson with Vince Russo about why he's pushing Chris Harris like this. So, J-Bone, let me let you take this one because you brought it up. Go, you take this one.
So Hudson is kind of giving it to Russo, like what the hell is going on? I don't get what you just did to Harris, and then right as Russo's just about to try to calmly explain himself, here comes Chris Harris, and he's hot. He is hot under the collar. He is so pissed. Mm-hmm. like, what the hell's going on? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And Russo's like, it's like, I did this because like I see something in you, but you're not ready yet. But by the time you get your title shot, you will be ready. And the line I love the most, he's like, over the next 3 weeks, he's like, I'm going to make you hate me.
Yeah.
But in the end, it'll all be worth it. And
I like that.
And then he reaches out his hand like, am I supposed to fucking shake this guy's hand? And then just before they cut, they show him shake his hand. So So because as a fan, I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's like, oh, Russo is full of crap. He's screwing Chris Harris. And then this conversation happens, and it's like, oh, that was so good. You know?
It was good, man. I thought this was a very this whole thing, especially if Russo's going to put him through like the gauntlet, right? He's like, I'm going to make you hate me for the next 3 weeks. Again, which is like, we're going to see this amazing rise for 84, 5, and 6. And we're going to be like, fucking A, give this guy the belt. We know he's not winning it, and it's going to kill us to watch that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
spoilers, Trent. I'm just kidding.
It's got to be because they almost backed into this, right? Like
they did.
Harris had been more the guy, like he'd been like the locker room guy to speak in a lot of backstage segments where just one guy from the NWA side was speaking. He'd been chosen to be out on the floor on camera during several segments, and then Storm gets hurt. They'd already kind of backed Harris into this story. But what they do is they take it and they do a great job with it. A lot of times that happens in wrestling where you back into something and then it doesn't, peters out. But this is one that, why the hell not take this to completion? Like you just had this natural organic build happen perfectly. Yeah. What the fuck, man? It's going to be real frustrating in another month when we get to the end of this. And to know that it never does happen. It
never happens. That's the part that kills me about it. It doesn't happen. I hate that. I don't know. It's hurting me to think about it right now. That never happens. Oh man, we should get him back on though.
Hey, Butterbean's here. What's up, Butterbean?
Butterbean. What? This is the Butterbean. You guys had him on the Thursday show.
This is
the Butterbean.
This is the Butterbean that showed up. Yeah,
Butterbean. Well, I heard you were on. I used to do the Thursday show. I'm not on it anymore. I heard you were on. And they said it's really Butterbean. I'm like, no way is it Butterbean. Like, it's fucking Butterbean. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And they're like, dude, Butterbean from fucking the 90s. Like, this is the guy. I'm like, God, fuck. And now he's here.
We're like, come on, Trent. Like, this guy's not out there like pretending to be Butterbean, right?
Dude,
like,
people pretend to be other stuff. People pretend all sorts of shit.
Because if Butterbean, but if Butterbean found out and ran into you in real life, he'd beat the fucking shit out of you, and that would suck.
I heard the kid's got a good right hook. I gotta say, I heard he's not people up.
Ask Bart Gunn.
Yeah, Butterbean. Hey, listen, we should get I know he wasn't in TNA, but we should get Butterbean just to pop in and say hello, plug his stuff.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Butterbean, come on, plug your stuff. You got merch or website, come on out. We got a huge listener base, man. We got a lot of people listening to this network. So you want to come on. You got an open seat to come on this show.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. I didn't believe you guys. Like, there's no way Butterbean's in the chat. You're like, dude, he loves Christian Cage. I'm like, nobody likes Christian Cage. You're like, fuck you.
He did say that, maybe.
You're like, fuck you, Trey. You know what you're talking about. I'm like, hey, maybe.
The same Butterbean that still has Bart Gunn's jaw lodged in his knuckles.
Jay, can you let Butterbean know who to message? Can you get him some info? Could you let him know how he can get a hold of us? Can you put that in the chat?
Is he on the Twitter?
Yeah, Butterbean, are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, we'll give you our Twitter handle. Send us a message there. We'll get you the info. We'll put it in there for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Take his message down for a second.
Yeah, we'll get your Twitter handle.
Look me up on Twitter right here, JBone5150.
Or our Twitter is we talk impact. I'll put that in chat. So good.
Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Yeah. Get a hold of us, man. We'd love to have you come on and plug your stuff. That'd be great. Absolutely. We're all about anybody to come on here, man.
Yeah, give the crew a follow, and we'll hit you up.
There you go. All right, we go to the Gathering. Julio De Niro, CM Punk with Jim Mitchell taking on Raven and Sabu. Now, this is Punk's last appearance, correct? This is it. Thanks, Butterbean. We'll look out for
this. Is it.
This is it. He gets into a fight with Teddy Hart later on this evening, and he's out of there. Like Teddy Hart rearranges his Teddy Hart Butterbeans Chris CM Punk like he's Bart Gunn, and CM Punk is out of TNA after this. Like he leaves.
Hit him so hard he knocked him into Ring of Honor.
He knocked him into Ring of Honor. Like he was gone. So it's interesting now. Sabu's return. Now, Raven's doing the whole like I found myself again deal at this point, right? He's back to old school Raven. I dug out the old jean shorts.
But he wasn't wearing jean shorts. He was wearing a kilt. He was wearing a skirt.
Right. So Truck mentioned this earlier in the chat about how he's wearing the kilt. He's wearing like a fusion of like different Ravens.
Because he's also got WWF era face paint on.
It's all the different. He's got the coat the old like coat on, but it's got the kilt. It's also got the WWF era paint. It's like a bunch of different Raven gimmicks going on. But he does come out to the Offspring Muzak version of Keep Them Separated, which is his old music.
So goofy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the Muzak versions of these. They crack me up. I mean, it is what it is. I love them. I love hearing like D-Lo's music and Raven's music done in Muzak. This shit is cool. It's like, again, it's part of that like nostalgic time capsule.
Absolutely.
When they were doing that stupid shit in wrestling. I love it.
I know
it sounds bad, but it's fun.
I'll tell you what, there's all these music publishers are coming after wrestling companies again about using licensed music. So I get it, man. You want to avoid all that bullshit. You definitely use Muzak. Do what you got to do. Use Muzak. Yep. But yeah, he comes out. It's a quick match though. It's like real fast for what this is. Like Raven pins Punk and it's like done. Like
they did not give it the blow off time it deserves.
Not at all, man. It was like that's it. Like it was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sabu's super over, but he's also very over with the Juggalos though.
Oh yeah.
Sabu he has a good time with the Juggalos. Like they love Sabu at this point.
Died on the ramp real early when they almost missed that catch.
Yeah, it was a hell of a dive though. That was cool. Shit.
Yeah,
that was awesome. He gets Raven right on the mic. I mean, this is a very like putter out for Punk. Like Punk had I never realized what a long run CM Punk had at TNA, but it was pretty long. Like watching these again, I'm like, man, he was there for a while.
Enjoyable too. I enjoyed it.
It's a good run. It's a good run.
Oh yeah.
Won't take it away from him. Yep.
Yeah, I just and this lines up right before he was, we'll just call it all in at Ring of Honor and really built up momentum into that title run and then the trip to OVW and up north. But yeah, so, and I never seen this before, and I'm a huge CM Punk fan. So this no matter how good or bad it was with De Niro or whatever, it still fascinated me to some point. So
yeah,
I felt like this is a great way to end CM Punk week. Still CM Punk week, right?
Hey, and he's really fantastic on the mic, man. Even back then.
Yeah, the guy. Look, I'm not gonna take away the guy's mic skills for sure. Yeah, I got other beef with that guy, but it's not his mic skills.
Well, even like in these promos, like again, when you're getting the opposite Raven, they see it.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt about it. It was quick though. Raven, I did love this though. Raven's on the mic, and he's right there. I have not forgotten my destiny. It's to become the champion. He targets Jarrett because I know everybody else. He goes, even Chris Harris is a title shot because I haven't forgotten. It's still going to be me. But again, what's fucked up is it's still like a year before he gets it again at this point. It's still a fucking year until he gets it.
When he wins the title, I am no longer even watching TNA at that point because I'm back in college full time.
Dude, his title win and the subsequent loss, I mean, the win's okay. I think the win happens it's about Glory about 05, I believe. But the loss is at a house show at BCW.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who's he dropped to?
Jarrett. He drops it back to Jarrett on a fucking house show in Canada. It was such a weird, like all that shit for Jarrett, for Raven. He wins it at Slam 05, which is a year and a few months later. But
wait, and how long is the reign?
The reign is 3 months. That's it.
Dude, his WCW US title reign was one night. I mean, come on, what the fuck is this shit? Well, some people don't need titles. We say this all the time.
And dude, yeah, he loses it. He loses it at Windsor at BCW. And there's fan cam of it. That's all that exists is fan cam shot.
And here's the thing. Sometimes people do get on us for piling on Jarrett too much. It's not the on-screen character. It's shit like this. Jarrett's on screen too much, and it's become almost part of a joke of the show, the Reign of Terror, blah, blah, blah. But this is real shit, and this is garbage.
The Raven thing. The Raven aspect.
How much of this time that Raven could have had, even just his moment, just for once, was spent on Jarrett spinning wheels, hoarding the title. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then Raven finally gets it, and at that point, you've missed it. I mean, you're in a Moose situation.
You are. This is 100% like the Moose situation right now. Because
wow, yeah, totally.
Right? I'm crazy to think about this. That's a great call out, Mark. This is just like what we're dealing with Moose right now. Because what they should have done is given it to Raven in April 03, which was the big one. And by not doing that, you have completely petered off into 15 directions now. And he doesn't get it for another fucking year at this point. So yeah, this is a Moose situation. Who knows, man? This is it. I mean, yeah, Saban, I just said what he was typing it as I was saying it, man. This is it. This is just, he should have had an 03, Harrison 04. You could have made two major players right there.
Yes. Well, Raven was already made, but within the company, you legitimize him as the top guy.
Yes, he would have been the other TNA. He would have been a fully TNA guy at that point and leading it, but. And again, his title reign in 05 is nothing special. It's like it's booked very basic, It's not what you want.
Is there any premier defenses in there?
I can't remember. I'd love to go back and watch a little bit to see. I don't remember. All I know is he loses the right to fucking Jarrett at a house show, and that killed me when I remember because it was like it wasn't even on TV. It was like reported that next Impact episode. Wow. It was like over the weekend, the Impact was at BCW in Windsor, Ontario. I'm like, get the fuck out of here!
And now you're new champion, Jeff Jackass Jarrett.
And it was like fan cam. I'm like, give me a break with this. I'm like, this is what I remember. Me and Dave being so hot at this, man. Like we were so like, get the fuck you, man. Like this is such bullshit,
Jarrett, dude.
Yeah, and then they put it on Rhino like a month after that, so it didn't make any sense. Like, why didn't Raven could have dropped it to Rhino? What the hell are you doing? I don't know, man. It's such a mess. Anyway, spilled milk, right? But so yeah, we leave off at that. Scott Hudson. Oh, that's a good bell. Here we go. Scott Hudson with AJ Styles talks the Abyss feud. Same old. They have a match later, so he's just setting it up. Go to Don West and Mike Tenay. Gray on Gray. Don West. And they mentioned Team Japan is coming. Who is Global Wars? I found Trace. You found me. You found. I am back here. Yes.
Global Wars has been around a long time. I don't know.
Oh yeah. He's an STP guy that came over. Yeah.
I never knew Global Wars' real name, but yeah, he does. Same night. That is a whole ECW rehash thing. They burn the belt and all that stuff. The ECW title, and Rhino actually burns it in the trash can. ECW's dead and all that shit.
It's just a quick segue because it's related. I recently saw that because they got a new television and it has the Samsung channel, which Impact recently expanded to. So it's
right.
And they so now I just turn my TV on and it's always on Impact.
Oh, nice. They announced that there's some other deal coming too. Len Asper announced something.
It hasn't been announced though. Len just said there's big news coming on a distribution deal, but he didn't say any further.
Okay, wait a minute with this comment. Okay, I've been calling him Mir Neeson for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And this is the first time he's corrected me and said it's pronounced Mayor. No, Mayor, you've never corrected me before. You wait till now, your birthday, to do this? To tell me I'm doing it wrong for 2 years? I was going off. It's spelled Mir. That's how I went with it. I never knew it was Mayor. Holy shit.
Way to go, Trent.
That's crazy. So now you feel like I did, and Alicia was like 6 months into being a part of our show, or more or less between a half a year to a year. And she goes, by the way, it's Alicia, not Alicia, because I kept calling her Alicia. Similar to Eddie Edwards' wife.
What's worse? I'm going to put this up here. Me pronouncing Mir as Mare as Mir, you calling Alicia, or Bill calling Sunny Siaki Sunny Sakai every time. Who wins the mispronunciation trophy?
Bill, Bill wins.
Sound off. I think chat should sound off.
Chat sound off. Sunny Sakai. Mayor needs him. Mir or Alicia. Who gets the award?
Is it Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
It is. I'm gonna go with that.
It has to be Bill just because he's not here.
Yeah.
Thrown under the bus. Don't show up, get thrown under the bus. Sorry,
there we go. They're all saying Bill. Sunny Sakai loses, my man. Sorry, buddy. Look at that. They're all saying
it's all Bill.
It's all Bill.
The bull crap.
Love you, Bill.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, let's wrap this up, gentlemen.
Here we go.
For an hour and a half.
All right, here we go. Last Scott Hudson segment, and he shoves. He's over there. He gets shoved out of the way. Lollipop shoves Scott Hudson out of the way. Introduces Johnny Fairplay. He's like, "There's no, what's his name of his show? Playing Fair with Johnny Fairplay." I forgot the name of his show. He says, "No show this week. I'll be back next week." Blah 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 blah. And just kind of goes on about it. And now the main event. Abyss, AJ Styles. It's a 2-table match. You have to break 2 tables with your opponent's body to win. The winner, good.
Did they clarify this up front?
They did. Oh, I went back. I actually bounced back to make sure they did.
Okay, because when the first table broke, I was like, "What?"
No, they did. It was mentioned. And I was like, "Wait a minute." Then they did.
Okay.
And then the winner would be declared the tag team champions as one man. But he gets to pick his partner then. It's a weird. This is very
TNA.
TNA. Table number 1 break. AJ going through it was fucking awesome. The belly to belly float over. I mean, these two's chemistry is like unmatched. The fact that they're
love this. I don't usually get that excited about a gimmick match. This was
great.
Awesome. Classic AJ and classic Abyss.
I would, I'll tell you what, I would love. I mean, the fact that these two are in the same company right now and not wrestling each other,
they work together though.
Huh?
They work together though.
They do. It would be great to, one more with these guys would be amazing.
AJ's got the Joseph Park character onto television at this point, but it ain't gonna happen.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
it was about a year ago.
More than once. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that the relationship is still intact in there. And when they both leave the penitentiary and come home, that's it. There you go. Yeah, I'm with you guys. This match was a fucking
awesome.
Dude, this match was so good. This is one of the best matches we've seen on the pay-per-views. Maybe overall, but definitely in my memory. Like maybe overall, it's fucking amazing match.
Their chemistry is phenomenal, and always has been. Because I remember talking to Danny Daniels about it. He said these two were working the NWA Wildside loop for like a year prior. So they just had it, from day one. They just had it.
Were the old Wildside loops all regional? Were they in the same
all
region?
Georgia, and not only they hit Tennessee, but it was like Georgia, Alabama, like that. It was that area. Okay. So they're fantastic, man. It is such a great. I mean, I'm shocked there was never a best of against these two's best of, because they just had incredible matches every time.
Yeah.
So it was all sorts of shit, shenanigans. Fair Play runs in, gets Styles clashed. The Abyss goes through a table. They're evened out 1-1. The second table for AJ. This was interesting because it just happened to work out this way.
Oh, barely.
Lays Abyss across the table, does a senton type of thing. Well, it's like a 450 type.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's a 450. I think
clips him, doesn't break the table. One of the legs kind of sinks down, but he's still on it. He's still sitting. AJ goes back, does it again. It still doesn't break the fucking T bouncer. He's like, what the fuck? Then goes on the other side of the ring.
Oh no, that's the one where he was supposed to win it.
Right. So I'm saying and then he finally does win it after that. Oh, that's the one where AJ was supposed to win it, but the ref was out. Oh, okay. Was there another one before that then?
There was one where AJ puts Abyss with a sunset flip through the table.
Yeah. So this was the second one. So I'm saying, yeah, this is the second one.
That table didn't break. It's the same table. When Abyss hits it, it doesn't break. The two legs collapse and AJ picks it up, improvs it, puts it on the second rope and stacks a steel chair under it. Beats Abyss onto it. That's when he goes for the 450. It still doesn't fucking break.
Yeah.
And then he goes up onto the other turn. I mean, this whole match was a huge fucking boner. Like if you're not watching along with the Throwback Time Machine Tuesdays for whatever reason, but you do have some shitty app that allows you, or you have a stream of this or the DVDs, go back and watch this fucking main event.
Yeah.
Killer match.
It's great, man. It is great.
And hey, shout out to Johnny Fairplay for not dying on a Stops Clash.
You got to take it. Put your head back, man.
I was watching closely because he's
me too.
And I was like, is he gonna die?
There's been wrestlers who don't know how to take it and broken their fucking necks. So shout out to Fairplay for doing it right.
No.
So AJ breaks it on the third splash. Ref doesn't see it. And then it was great. But then Lex Luger comes out and he just kind of stunned out there. Fucking Luger it out there. And then he press slams AJ through a table on the outside. The ref sees it.
Oh.
The Abyss called the winner, gets both belts. Luger beats on AJ, torture racks him. Like, is Abyss going to choose Luger? My question is this, though. Why does Rudy Charles run out for a prior match and say, no, that's a DQ with Swinger and Simon? But at this one, he wasn't like, hey, wait a minute. AJ actually put him through a table. Like this is
because this is the worst fucking crew of zebras ever, and there are no rules at this point in the asylum.
These referees can kiss my fucking ass, man. Like,
they're so bad. Like you say Mike Posey sucks, and how does he still have a job? But the whole crew is terrible.
Even Rudy Charles has a job today. Like this fucking guy is still working today, and like what? What are you kidding me? This is the worst referee I've ever seen in my life. Every referee in this era of TNA can go fuck themselves. I can just say that.
He does get better. Not much, but he does get better.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just shit. Referee.
You know what's crazy? If we really wanted to, like, if let's say there was another major pandemic and we were locked down for years and had tons of time to go back and do this again and see how many matches were lost to bad refereeing. Like, how many good matches have we seen ruined by poor? Oh, thank you, Alex.
Wait, is this Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright? Is this WCW Cruiserweight Champion Alex Wright?
Oh, you know what? He showed up last week. I didn't even think of that.
Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright. I need to know if this is him.
Man, that's late WCW.
Can you imagine if Alex Wright and Butterbean showed up in the same throwback show? That'd be mind-boggling.
What if we can get them in a shoot fight? Put it on Patreon.
You're going too far. Just stop. But that's it. We go
dollar bills, the dollar signs.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
But everybody, that is the episode. That is NWA-TNA number 82. Really good episode. A lot of action. Tons of story.
Skull's gonna see when Butterbean's on our fucking show.
Butterbean really is on. That was him.
You'll see then, Skull.
We're patiently waiting that Butterbean message.
Alex Wright is not the Alex Wright. The Das Wunderkind Alex Wright.
Oh, too bad. Well, hey, you're cool too. Thank you for the Thank you for the good compliment. That we appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
But that's it, guys. That's the episode. That's 82. Again, a lot of story. The Chris Harris story is the peak. This is 83. I'm sorry, 83. Chris Harris story is the highlight of this episode. So if you go back and watch, keep an eye for that. This is what really, really kickstarts a lot. So, but it's a great up altogether. This one flew by for me.
Absolutely. Same.
Love it. Any closing thoughts, gentlemen? J-Bone?
This was just a lot of fun. This whole thing of Russo coming back, turning what's the expression? Turning over a new leaf.
He's forgiven. The title of his first book at the time was Forgiven, where he's let it all go, all the anger go.
The empty. I shed a little tear for this one. The empty cages. I was like, man, this.
No dancers, man.
This is really a weird one,
It doesn't feel like the asylum without the dancers. Like for whatever it's worth, and the tackiness of it, like it really is part of the aesthetic of this show, as cheesy as it is.
Oh, yeah, I get whiplash at least one episode going.
But no, that's good stuff. Altogether, a great episode. Go check that out. We definitely, I absolutely recommend. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. And remember, if you aren't seeing these on Impact Plus, if you don't catch these in time, Truck, our very own buddy Truck, our director of creative direction, I'm gonna call him that. Truck.
Nah, stick with director of authority. It's part of the DOA. He's our DOA.
Right. He is our DOA, director of authority. Truck does a watch along of the week's episode in the Discord Treehouse Leader. So if you're not on Discord,
no, he does it in the regular.
The regular
watch along for everybody. It's open to everybody. It
is okay. Yeah, it's open to everybody. So everybody, if you're not watching this, go watch it with a group of people, and it's fun to watch it that way. Go to Discord. Link is in the description below. You can connect right to Discord and join up. It's free. It's no charge for that. And you can watch along, watch this, and then be right here for the review after you guys are done watching it. So go check that out. Anything else, boys? Anything other thing to note from this episode?
No, fantastic episode.
No, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm loving all the new faces popping up as far as like X Division stuff. We got the debut of Team Canada. I mean, it's an early version that I'm not familiar with. I mean, seeing a young Jack Evans pop up in this one was like, oh my God.
From the
it's a young demo version.
It's a young demo version. Mark, quickly tell people your comment saying patrons don't leave yet. Do you want to tell them why real quick?
Oh, patrons. Yeah, don't go to bed because we may be back on the air in, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe.
Not even. I would say about 10, 15 tops.
10, 15 minutes,
10 minutes.
Yeah.
For a special After Dark. We owe you guys some content. We're going to get an After Dark episode
today. Yeah, so if you've got any questions or bullshit you want to talk or whatever, bring it to After Dark. We will be back in a few. So, yeah, let's get out of here.
Maybe that stripper from Mir will show up.
It's Mayor.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Jesus, J-Bone. Do you have to be such an asshole about it?
Jesus. Yeah, he just told us, J-Bone.
God. He literally just fucking said it.
Just got through berating me for it that I pronounced it wrong for 2 years.
All right, that's it. I'm not drinking these anymore. They clearly don't do shit.
Yeah, you're drinking a Rockstar at 11 o'clock? What the hell's the matter with you?
Psycho, man. My Lord.
All right, here we go. All right,
because I'm old.
Let's wrap it up, everybody. Don't forget, guys, this show is every Tuesday, Time Machine Tuesday, every Tuesday, NWA-TNA Throwbacks. Next week will be number 84. Wednesdays, afternoons, 12 o'clock Central, 12 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. UK time. TNI UK, Bison Truck, and Steve do a little quick recap of all the Impact news from the week prior, and then preview your upcoming Impact Access TV. So go join them in the afternoons, little afternoon show for all the U.S. folks. And then Thursday is the flagship. There is a React watch along that goes on YouTube and Twitch of the Impact and Access TV and BTI episodes that are airing that day. No more co-stream. Twitch is over for Impact. They canceled their Twitch partnership, so it's just a React and Hangout basically. And then immediately following that is the post-show review with Mark, Truck, J-Bone, Alicia, Bill, and everybody's in there and who knows who's going to show up in that one as well. But not me. That's for goddamn sure. I ain't on that one anymore. Even global.
Whatever. You can still show up sometimes.
I ain't doing a goddamn thing. I'm done. But anyway, check that out, guys. And then also, don't forget, we do all the specials too, all the pay-per-views. There's Impact Plus special pay-per-view. Those get reviewed. Those get watch-alongs.
Most of them.
Most of them, yeah. We have no emergence, huh?
There was nobody around Friday night.
Are you doing one tomorrow? Are you guys doing a late one tomorrow?
No, we're doing some other Patreon stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Remember?
I never finished emergence. I should go by your fucking finish.
I never finished the main event.
I got one match into it. Look, and I'll for those
you can watch it
for those who I said this on the Sunday dinner, and I know only X amount of people watch the Sunday dinner because it's Patreon content. So I'll just quick say this as we wrap things up. Look, I was busy. I was excited for Rampage that night, CM Punk's comeback, Trent's favorite wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, you have your X amount of things that you want to watch the rest of the weekend. And I'm sorry. Once I watched that, I wasn't excited for anything else. So it took me like a few It took me a few days to just, watch the CM Punk segment about 10,000 times, get that out of my system, and now I can watch other stuff. So no, I'm sorry. We didn't do Emergence, and that's my excuse. It's a horrible excuse. CM Punk rules.
I mean, it was my birthday, so.
Ooh, After Dark. We're going to talk about what Mark got for his birthday. That's what we're going to talk about After Dark.
Oh, all right. I'm actually looking to send a link to somebody just asked a question, and I was logged out of the page. I'm trying to send a link.
Do your thing. Let me start wrapping it up here. Yeah. All right. AEW fan guide, the Patreon tiers. It's all this is live, but we do bonus shows on Patreon. So we do like an After Dark. We do family dinner every Sunday. We got a private Discord room for patrons. We get all sorts of little perks in there. So go check it out. Patreon.com/WeTalkImpact. All the tiers are broken down. So go take a look, see what you like. Bunch of bonus shows that end up going there. Watch alongs, fans choice, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, tomorrow we're reviewing this week's Ring of Honor. That
was chosen by the fans. Fans choice Ring of Honor. So I'll be around for that too. I'm in. So count me in for that one. Put me down. So yeah, go check that. All right. Anyway, so that's that's our weekly breakdown. Don't forget the show. You guys can find it on all social media platforms at We Talk Impact, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at We Talk Impact. Type in 12 Nonstop Impact. Comes right up. All podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, subscribe, please. YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Patreon.com/We Talk Impact. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. And then our Spreadshirt account. And mention that J-Bone Spreadshirt, Total Nonstop Impact on that. Take a look on there. And then new merch coming this fall, courtesy of the Director of Authority. He's working on some cool shit. Real quick, I went kind of backwards. Let's get our personal plugs in here. J-Bone, where can they find you real quick?
You can find me over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. You can find it on the YouTube and the Twitch and all the socials, the face spots, the Twitter box, and the Instanet.
Nice. Mark, we're going to get you.
You can find me at Mark World Order, MARKQ World Order on Twitter. You can also find me in the Discord. You can find that link here in the description. You can also find it in the description on all of our socials. Please join us on the Discord for watch-alongs, for fucking raucous good time, late-night cruise up in action. Yeah, the Discord has become the heart of our community. Please join us there. We'd love to have you. You can also find me on the Patreon. You will find me there in about 10 minutes. So if you are tier 3 patrons, we will see you for After Dark. That's it. Oh, hey, by the way, Trent.
Yes.
Good job. Not too rusty. First 5 minutes were rough. Great job, Sins.
Thanks.
Yeah, you made it. You had me sweating there, but
good to be on. Good to be back a little bit. Thanks, boys. All right, again, guys, at We Talk Impact and all the social medias. Connect with us. Let us know what you think. Don't forget, please go ahead. Feel free to share the link around. If you know anybody who's watching old TNA, it's kind of retro cool again. So definitely let them know what we're doing here. And please don't forget to subscribe to our platforms. We appreciate that. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. TNI UK will be on tomorrow. Bison, Joe, and Steve. And then this crew minus me will be on Thursday for the Impact Access TV weekly show breakdown. So join us. We'll see you guys then. And patrons, we'll be back on in about 10 minutes for a special After Dark. So guys, have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Shit's getting weird again. Apparently, I thought it was okay. We're getting weird again. I don't know what. Anyway, stay safe. Have fun out there. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. TNI UK. All right. See you guys later. Good night, everybody.